Alright guys, you know what time it is. The hunger monster is awake. I'm ready for a great lunch. So, I am boiling some bow tie pasta. I'm sure this is called something else, but in my world, I call it bow tie pasta. So I'm boiling some pasta, and I'm going to use that cute little bowl where I keep my tomatoes in. Anyway, I'm going to cut up some cherry tomatoes. I'm going to put some cilantro because, you know, I love that. And this is kale. I buy bags of kale like this. I'll put it down, but I buy bags of kale and I'll chop all this up. And if I have spinach, I'll put that in there. I kind of go through the fridge and see what I have, and I'm going to put all this together in a big pasta dish. A little quick tip, you can buy bags like this of kale, and then you can put this in a bowl and put some olive oil and just enough to like saturate it, and go ahead and put your seasonings and everything in there, massage it through and lay it on a cookie sheet, and it will just bake and it'll get real crispy. And you can either eat it as a snack like that, or you can put it on top of a salad and make some healthy croutons for your salads or pastas or whatever you like. I may make some one day and show you how to do it. It's super, super easy. But anyway, let's get back to this recipe. Okay, so this red stuff here is a tomato basil pesto that I make. Because most pesto has Parmesan cheese and milk or whatever. So this one, I just take tomatoes and I just literally puree it in my blender, and I put chunks of, I put cloves of garlic so it stays in there pretty chunky, and a lot of seasonings, and I put a little bit of the ragu garden vegetable chunky spaghetti sauce. I pour some of that in there, and I just put a lot of tomatoes, and that's how it gets really, really like thick like this, and olive oil. And so when the pasta is ready, I'm going to put the pasta in here with all the kale and the cilantro, tomatoes, and then with my pesto, and I will mix all of that up, and that's what will make my sauce on the pasta. So when the pasta's done, I will put all that together and show you pasta. And I like to keep the pasta in there overall. I like to add the pasta on top of the raw kale and spinach, or you know, cilantro like I have, or whatever you're using to heat it up, as well as that tomato basil pesto that I made because it was cold from the fridge. So I just kind of let it sit on top for a little bit, and then I'll mix it all up, and then I'll just plate it and eat it. And that tomato basil pesto that I made, there isn't any Parmesan cheese. What I use in there is nutritional yeast in place of cheese. And like I said, it's just something that I kind of made up. I will definitely make a video. I just want to use what I have first before I make more, because then I don't want it to go bad. And I normally eat pasta once or twice every 2 weeks. I try not to eat pasta. If I want it, I'll have the zucchini noodles or squash noodles. So anyway, let me finish with this, and then I will show you what the finished product is. So this is my finished product. I just stirred that everything together. You can see parts of the tomato pesto that I made. And that's the kale. I have kale and tomatoes, cilantro, and the tomato basil pesto that I made. And that's it. You know, the oil that's inside the tomato stuff that I made makes it saucy. Plus, what I do, instead of like draining the pasta like in a strainer, I'll use this, and I'll just scoop it out of the pan like this, and let the water fall, and then put it right on top of all the other stuff. That way you still get a little bit of the starchy water from the pasta, and that way it helps to make it saucy. See, it's not dry. And then of course the tomato basil pesto that I made has olive oil in it, and it has you know, the tomato juice from the tomatoes, and also sauce from the ragu. So anyway, like I said, I will make that recipe when I'm done with what I have a little bit more, but it probably won't be for a little bit because I want to finish that first. And since I'm eating pasta this week, I won't have pasta for 2 weeks, just because it's so fattening, and I try not to eat too much because I love pasta. And you see how much that one box of pasta made, so I will eat this, you know, for the rest of the week. And then I just have nutritional yeast. I just, you know, have it in my jar, and I get this like from actually I got this from the health department area in my grocery store, and that's what I use instead of pesto. I use nutritional yeast inside my tomato basil mixture. It tastes just like cheese. Well, it does to me. I haven't had cheese in like a very long time, but it does the job. All right, guys, I hope y'all like my recipe. Talk to y'all later. Bye.